Hi guys, just finished watching the Wales against Ireland game. Final score, Wales 21, Ireland 16, and quite a strange game to talk about, mainly because it started off really with the pivotal moment in the first half with Peter O'Mahony getting sent off for a shoulder to the face of Thomas Francis. Was it a red card? Absolutely. In any era, sort of just going straight like that, the shoulder, you hit someone right in the face, absolutely illegal and fully deserved to be sent off. No arguments from me at all, and no arguments from anyone with any respect, I think, either. But I also understand why Ireland might have some grievances a bit later on with the Johnny Williams head collision, where he got himself knocked out for a collision with Gary Ringrose, where it looked like he was going in for a high tackle and it sort of caught each other around the head area, and then Johnny Williams went down and was the one who got concussed from it. I think there are arguments to be made there about, I'd say that's at least a penalty, a yellow card, possibly a red card, debatably. And I'm, sort of a bit, jury's out for me on the red card, but I can understand why there would be an argument there for a possible red card, because he did intend to go in high there, didn't intend to go low, and Wayne Barnes didn't spot it. The TMO didn't help him either in that regard, so I can understand why Ireland have some grievance there. Did it have an overall effect on the game? So. The Peter O'Mahony one definitely did, but to be fair to Ireland, they did try with 14 men. They did play a bit at times, actually, with ball in hand, moved it. Robbie Henshaw had a very good game. And then, they got their try when they got it back to 6-all, and then Robbie Henshaw darted through the Welsh defence, got round, gave the offload to Josh van der Flair. Van der Flair got caught short, then Tag Burney got the ball and went in to score the try and made the score 13-6 to Ireland at half-time. In the second half, I think the 14 against 15 took its toll on Ireland a bit, but Wales started to get a bit better. And then they came into the game a bit more. They got a try through George North. This was off an Ireland mistake, because Ireland, at that stage they have 14 men. They really shouldn't have tried to counter-attack from their own half like that. It was a silly offload in the contact, and then it just went out. Wales went up. They got a penalty advantage off it, and then it went wide to George North. He cut back inside on the right side, went back in and scored a very good try there. And then Wales' second try came from Rhys Zammit. Again, I think the 14-man of Ireland started to take its toll at this point, and Wales got a few attacks, but they weren't able to finish them off. And then they got the try here from Rhys Zammit, who went into the corner. It was a brilliant finish, by the way. Great technique and ability to dive just to keep himself in play and dab it down in the corner. Lee Halfpenny converted one of the two tries for Wales. It made it 21-13. Ireland then later got a penalty through Billy Burns, who'd come on for Johnny Sexton, who had to go off injured, to make it 21-16. And then the drama at the end, where Ireland had the attack to go forward. There was a brilliant run up the blind side by Gary Ringrose. It was tackled brilliantly by Justin Tipperick to stop him. Then Ireland set up the move. There was a penalty. And then Billy Burns, the silly Billy that he was, instead of sort of just trying to keep it safe, make sure it goes into touch, he went for the glory shot right to the corner and paid for it, because it went over the dead ball line, and then that was victory to Wales. So overall, like I say, it's always quite difficult to talk about a game when it's 14 against 15, because you generally there's always going to be a slight advantage somewhere for the 15-man team. But Ireland, to be fair, galvanised themselves very well, but I also think Ireland, in general, at times they did try to play today with 14 men. Fair play to them, but they're still having too many moments where they just look too stale for me. And I think they need a bit more enterprise. To be fair, Wales do a wee bit as well, I think, because I think if it was still 15 against 15, Ireland would have probably won that game just about. But I think overall, both sides still got work to do. Ireland will be, obviously disappointed. Can't complain about the red card, of course. I think they can have some grievances about Johnny Williams at least not getting pinged for that shot on Ringrose, as I said. And also, from Welsh point of view, they'll be happy with the win. Wayne Pivac starts the championship with a win, but I don't think they produced a performance that'll be enough to seriously trouble any of the bigger sides. They started pretty well, to be fair, and then, after Ireland went down to 14 men, Ireland got back into it, and then Wales got a couple of tries in the second half. To be fair, I thought Wyn Jones, who was the man of the match, had a very good game for Wales. George North, as well, I thought did well at 13, really showed himself to be competent in that position, although not the best ever game I've seen from him. Rhys Zammit shows he's a great finisher. He's certainly got some gas on him as well. But the rest of the Welsh team I thought were okay. Thomas Francis, actually, he was another one. He had a good game, and Justin Tipperick, he had also had a good game. And also, I want to say a wee word about Dan Lilliot. Looked like a bad knee injury early on. Such a shame for him because he hadn't played for Wales in a while, and he's come back. He's been in good form for the Ospreys this season. So, like I said, just want to say I hope he's okay, and obviously I hope Johnny Sexton's okay after getting knocked out. But overall, like I said, I think Ireland will be disappointed, and this could be both teams pushing for mid. I think both teams will finish around mid-tables of the championship. But I think they'll both be a bit better next week. But as a Scotsman, I have to say, overall, I'm not terribly worried about facing this Welsh team right now. It might be different next week because I expect Wales to be a bit better next week. But I also think if we played like we did yesterday and we're more clinical with our execution and keep the scoreboard ticking over better than we did yesterday, I think we can be confident of beating them. But that's for next week. I'll probably do some previews during the week and see how I go there. Other than that, guys, thanks very much for tuning in this weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, say what you think. Always grateful for you checking into my stuff. It's much appreciated. In the meantime, though, take care, and I'll catch you later on. Bye-bye.